hear you complain about the state of your donut ever again.
I wonder if Krispy Kreme does the same thing. We don't have a Dunkin' out here. No Dunkin'. I think the last time I had Dunkin' was like 2 years ago when I had to do a quick trip to DC.
They would have Dunkin' there. Also, Matt, my tech support at home has been working diligently in the background, and I am laptop capable now.
Wow.
So we need to test this bad boy out, but I don't want to ruin the live podcast.
Well, let's test it out right after we're done, because we are kind of coming down the home stretch here a little bit.
On the vein of do-it-yourself, like the home take-home kits, which I've been intrigued for Lucy because she likes that type of thing. And we did a sugar and spice sugar cookie kit. Yeah, and it was really fun. It was $20 and it came with like the dough. You just add water, and the pre-made icing, and like they helped me. I was like, it's a boy's birthday. Like, give me some. Like, what do you have? And so I got I think a dinosaur and a rocket ship, and they were like, okay, and they gave me some green sprinkles for the dinosaur and like some silver and yellow for the rocket ships, and so we did cookie decorating for Bub's birthday, and it was a nice little activity. I have to agree. There's something about making your own, but at the same time not having to fully do every step was very appealing.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Tina.
I was about to say it's interesting, at least with this quarantine and stuff, and staying at home, that my boy, he finds that baking is oddly therapeutic for him.
He's oddly therapeutic.
It is.
I've been in the quarantine group making bread, so I've been one of those quarantiners.
It's been like I would help him, but it's been mainly just him making cupcakes
awesome.
and cookies. Yeah.
Oh, good for and I'm sorry, Matt. How old is your son? Did you say?
I can't speak today. He's turning 12 on Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, so precious. Okay, yeah. So he is at the age where that's fun stuff. It's almost like an experiment. Like you get to put everything together and like do the right ratio and have it come out like a really good design. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, like how the lockdown kind of like makes you do things like you normally wouldn't do. Like I'm not much of a cooker. I am definitely not a baker, but I have baked recently. I have made some bold baking decisions. I found a recipe for the homemade oatmeal cream pies the one day, and I was like looking at it like, this looks really good. Oh my god, I have all these ingredients. I've got to try this. I've got to try to make this. And it was scary. Getting the mixer out, not having parchment paper, that was scary too.
I was backseat driving on Facebook Live. I was like, I couldn't help it. It was so.
That was funny. Like you were telling me, like you were having heart palpitations because I ran out of parchment paper, and I was like, I can't. We're gonna forge ahead. We're just gonna go for it. It worked out.
You were, in my defense, you were also going to melt the butter, not soften it, and I was about ready to lose my mind.
Well, I let up. Yeah, it was one of those like 8 sticks of butter recipes, and I left out 7. I miscalculated, and yeah, I know. I could hear my mother-in-law yelling at me from Erie, like, "What are you doing?" So I had to plug the 8th stick. Yeah, I know. I didn't even think that like you'd get upset, but yeah, now I'm worried about you. So I got like all these. I got you. I got her. I got everyone's like breathing down my neck. Jen decides this will be great fun. We'll live stream it, and then like everyone's watching. I'm like, I don't know about this. It worked out. They were great.
It was delicious. I have to say, I also fed them to my coworkers, and they were a hit.
Yeah,
huge hit. Yeah,
they were too much for one family to consume. So I did a little care package run around the neighborhood, and just awesome. Here, eat this, please. Just get it out of my house. I can't consume this.
He did. I can verify. Do contactless delivery.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Contactless homemade oatmeal cream pie delivery.
Maintaining social distancing.
Exactly.
Maintaining social. We've been very good about that, and anytime, like, I'll literally wave at them as they're driving away from the house, or like when Dad drops something off, like he'll wave at the kids through the window for like 20 minutes. Well,
yeah, there've been like.
Well, Bob literally is like.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. And like cleaning out my basement. Speaking of stuff that you wouldn't normally do unless you're in a lockdown, cleaning out my basement, finding stuff and being like, hey, does your kid want X, Y, and Z? And Sarah being like, oh yeah, sure. Okay, great. Now I've got an excuse to leave my house. I'll make contact with nobody. I will be in the car for like an hour. This is a good way to spend part of my day. I got to drive out, drop it off. I'm backing out the driveway. Sarah sticks her head up through the window. She waves. I'm like, okay, see you later. And that's the end of it.
I know. I was like, hey, we need that pack and play back at some point. I think you still have it. And you were like, oh yeah. And 5 minutes later, hey, we're in the car. See you soon. I was like, what?
It's like you gave me an excuse to get out of the house and not do any harm. Not break any kind of like state order or anything like that. I was like, this is great. I'm gone. Let's go. Get the kids. Pack them in. I took the boys to another crazy thing that we would never do under normal circumstances. I threw the kids in the car because they actually got their schoolwork done reasonably early. We went to the park, South Park. We had a kite from Easter. We unleashed this kite on this windy day. And it was fun. It was like 45 minutes of helplessly trying to get it up into the air and the kids laughing and running and chasing it down. I wouldn't call it great success, but we went out there, we tried to fly the kite, and I couldn't help but think, I was like, there's no way I'd be out here unless we were like in this just huge situation that we're in right now. And I guess that's kind of part of the silver lining a little bit. I know it's tougher for other people to kind of get a chance to do that, but for me, I get an opportunity every once in a while to try this stuff, and it's cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
So
I was gonna say like baking with baking with your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're baking, we're cooking, we're
Yeah.
And in between all those tender family moments, there's yelling and screaming and get back in your seat and do your work and
if you lick your brother
PlayStation,
one more time.
I mean, let's be real here. I mean, this is not it's not an ideal situation, but you get a nice moment every once in a while if you're lucky.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I laugh at you guys, and all the schoolwork stuff. I've said it before on the other podcast. Like I
You have no idea.
I don't, and I'm so like, but my only, and I have to share this thought with you because I know you're gonna laugh. But like when you guys were talking about all of that, I was like, man, yeah, I was trying to get Lucy to color a duck the other day, and it was just so hard. And I was like, oh god.
Well, go ahead, Tina.
I was about to say, so if Junior was in elementary school still, I would definitely have difficulty. Now that it's middle school, it's a little bit of like being demotivated and a little bit of arguing, but and more of a prideful thing if he wants to do it himself without my help. But other than that, it's pretty much about it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing, especially with my youngest. He's got the classes that he really likes, the teachers that he likes, and he will dive right into that homework and he'll knock it out. But then he'll get some other assignment. Usually it involves, putting thought into writing words into like some type of like 3-paragraph story, and he'll fight it, So, I mean, what can you do? Just the way it is. But it's tough. Jen just chimed in, a lot of bribery. That is definitely a tool that's happening. There's some, you know what? I will leave the controllers and the devices out to a point. But if we get the sense that the day is taking a wrong turn, man, stuff gets snatched up real fast.
See, no, I'm the similar way. Especially if he gets too distracted. I straight up take the HDMI cords and bring them to work with me.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Whoa. I love it. That's a power move.
It's like, yeah, the power's on, but what are you gonna see? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know what? Hopefully it won't come to that, but I'm gonna remember that just in case we get desperate. Because, yeah,
that's crafty.
They've got. Yeah, I mean I've
A+ parenting right there.
Yeah, I know. Top shelf in the kitchen cabinet is not as high as it used to be. And you'll come in here and you'll see something's been moved over, and your grown ass child is standing on the counter, nearly banging their head off the ceiling because they're rummaging through there looking for whatever you hid from them.
See, I don't have that issue with my boy.
Yeah,
he just grabs it. I'm like, fuck, stop growing! God damn it!
5'8", right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's 11. Yeah, like I said, he'll be turning 12.
And he's 5'8". I thought you were gonna say 13, 14.
Nope.
No. Oh god, he's gonna be tall.
Mm-hmm. The college scouts are going to start calling soon, Tina.
Oh yeah.
Find out.
See, Lucy doesn't. She can't go looking for that stuff. We can't really take video games or tables away from her. But she's got the guilt thing down for such a young age. So what did I take? I took something away from her early. It was probably food, honestly, because she was girlfriend is just ravenous 24/7. But she was standing in the laundry room, and I was like, "What are you doing? Come out of there!" And she was like, "No, I'm crying tears down my face." And I was like, "Okay, leave me with my tears." And I'm just oh, good Lord, that's a new one, but top-notch guilt right there.
Probably so me, standing there yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't and I'm like, what? Get out here! Stop being so dramatic. I'm not a matic. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a new one actually today, where just leave me with my tears. All right.
Our friend Mike Sorg, who pushes the buttons for us here on the podcast, thinks the HDMI cord is he said that's savage, but effective. I love it.
It's effective though.
It works. It works. It's a statement. It's such a more powerful statement than simply taking away the controller or taking away the cord. This thing will not even receive the signal it requires to live. I'm going to deprive it. That's so fun.
Yes.
That's like changing the Wi-Fi password level stealth there. That's what level you're getting to when you're hiding the HDMI cords, because that's like having the controller, but taking the internet or how it functions away, and then it's just what do you do?
This is like the spy games that get played whenever we decide that we're going to change the passcode on the iPads, because we need we gotta at least have a chance to be you know what? No, you can't get into this thing without the code. But and he's coming over, he's peeking over your shoulder, and you're doing this thing, when you give it back to him. And a week later, he knows the code, and you're I don't think he saw me do it. I don't know how this happened. He cracked it. I don't know what happened. So
you can't underestimate kids.
Yeah, they are
especially
smart.
Quarantined kids.
Quarantined, motivated kids are dangerous. So we gotta watch out.
They're dangerous, but you learn something from them each time.
Yeah, you learn that they will, that nothing is truly safe whenever they're around, because they will eventually find it, unless it's the HDMI cord, in which case they're probably not going to be able to get their hands on that because you took it to work with you.
Yes. Sorry, I'm 15 miles away. You can't get it.
I'll put it in the mail. It'll get there in 4 or 5 days. So.
Exactly.
Are you kidding? 4 or 5 days? These are quarantine times. That shit's coming in 2 weeks.
That's
okay.
True. I
Let's
have
be
ordered some
honest.
stuff. I'm still like a month ago. I'm still waiting for it to get here. It's not important. That's that's the point.
It's the downside to like the free shipping incentive that everybody's offering is it's free, but due to COVID, our shipping times are delayed. We thank you for your understanding, but enjoy your free shipping or pay $15. And you're just like, how badly do I want it? Not that badly. I'll wait the 2 weeks. Thank you so much.
I've had some orders get canceled on me, and not important stuff, just random, something fun, and just been like, oh man, they wouldn't have tried this before, but these are different times. Anyway, it is coming up on 10 o'clock on the East Coast, so before we go, I must ask you guys if you want to share with our listeners any words of wisdom or inspiration. And Tina, why don't we start with you?
I guess my usual spiel of just be kinder to each other. You don't know how COVID is affecting everybody, and it's affecting everybody on all levels. So just be a little bit more conscious, be a little bit more kind.
There you go. Sarah?
Yeah, I love it. That was beautiful. That's I don't know. I think my biggest thing is just for the mental health of everybody, just try to get outside. I think that's getting, even if or to drive, to walk, to sit in the yard or sit on the porch. I mean, it's easy to not leave the house for days on end, and I think getting, especially in Pittsburgh, we're already sun deprived. Like it was a little chilly, but sunny and beautiful today. So I hope everybody got outside and tried to enjoy some of that, because I feel like we're at the point where the COVID is bad, but everybody is sort of going to start feeling mentally, which, I mean, you in Seattle, I'm sure you guys have been in that place mentally where it's just, you've been in quarantine for so long, and you want an end in sight. You want things to be opening back up. So
yeah.
Okay,
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's so. I feel like it's mentally,
it's mentally struggling in a way. It does,
yeah.
And it looks like we're trying to find our way back. We'll see how it goes, though.
Yeah. So I would just say taking care of everybody's mental health at this point in the game here in Pittsburgh is important, and I think a big part of that is just trying to do things like this, where we talk to other people, we talk about how we're feeling and how we're doing in our lives and with our kids, and try to get outside and do things like flying a kite with the boys, or doing what you can to try and get that normalcy.
Yeah.
That was long-winded. I'm sorry.
Both were lovely. I'll just throw out that my son's math teacher basically makes them do like a daily affirmation, all the kids, whenever she sends her video to them with every assignment. And one of the I don't remember what the first affirmation is, but the second one is, I can do hard things. So that's what she's teaching the kids in the 4th grade. And you know what?
Oh my God,
you can say
I love
that
it.
to yourself every morning, wake up and go, you know what? I can do hard things. I can teach my kids. I can get through one more day. So that's kind of the reason that we're here, to help you guys out.
Sorry, that reminds me of a line of a Kanye West song that JC did. What is it? Difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. We can get through this one way or another. It's just going to take a little bit longer for some of us than others. Yeah. But
it actually, Matt, that reminds me of Mom. Because I feel like her mentality was, especially with like school and everything that she tackled on any given day, which was like more than one person could ever feasibly handle, because that was Mom. She would always say, I can do anything for a day. I can do anything for a week. I can do anything for this semester. And she just she put her mind to it, and she got it done. And that's something that always sticks with me too.
Yeah, our dad runs a tax office, so when he gets into tax season, which is like 3 months of just hell, working. And he's like, I can do anything for 3 months. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
yeah. So we can do anything for 3 months, but here we are. We're on episode. What episode are we on here for the Listen to Your Parents podcast? Let me see what episode we're on. We're on episode 8. I can do anything for 8 episodes. So,
hey.
but the hard part has always been, when is this going to end? But hopefully we're starting to see kind of like a flicker of light, down the road that things will start to come to an end, at least the harshest of these conditions right now. Tina, thanks a lot for jumping on with us again, all the way out there in Seattle.
Tina.
Enjoy the rest of the day
you.
out there. Sarah, I'm sure I'll see you waving through a window, dropping something off in your driveway soon.
Hold on, and I want to test these bad boys. Ask Sorg how we do this.
We will do this right after I tell everybody to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you, Mr. Sorg, on the ones and twos.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See
Sorg.
you next time. Stay strong. Good night.